Hey, it's the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show.
Let's talk about that.
Introducing first, in the left corner.
I like mint chocolates and long walks on the beach.
Introducing second, in the right corner.
The name known by many, but heard by none.
Let's get ready to...
Wait, can we take a second? Never mind. Hey, welcome to the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. I'm Bill.
And I'm Hunter.
And we have a guest today. You want to introduce yourself?
I don't know if I should.
This is Alissa.
Hello.
My sister.
Oh ho ho!
Gross.
Gross. Super gross. I hate being here.
It is crazy. But yeah, so, welcome to the show. This will be our first episode ever with a guest.
Yes, sir.
Which is crazy. So, hey, congrats, Really, you should be thanking us.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
We're just the best.
Did.
We're coming for you, Joe Rogan.
So, yeah, we got this new fancy couch in here that I spent all morning cleaning. It's just been good. But specifically why Alyssa's here, and we'll get into it a little bit later, but she became a viral TikTok sensation almost overnight.
Sensation is a reach. That is a reach.
That's true. Yeah, now she's doing brand deals.
Yeah.
That was funny. It was so sweet of her because this TikTok blew up. And again, we'll get more into it later. But a bunch of outlets reached out to Alissa to be like, hey, we want you to come on and talk about this thing that happened. And we'll get into it. But, it was funny because she messaged me. She's like, if anybody's going to get this scoop, it's got to be you. And I was like, I got to buy so much stuff to make sure we can have a third microphone.
Thank you for coming to us for that.
It was actually insane because I had people from South Africa and London and just so many different podcasts and countries and everything. It was insane.
I don't know if the brand deal thing was a joke, but I need some of that. Not for the money, just because my dream of this podcast is I want to read an advertisement.
Oh, yeah. Hunter's talked about that a lot. He really wants to. We can't say a company name here, but...
Are you sure?
Mostly just because I want to...
Not sponsored, but...
I know. I mean, but then they get it free,
I guess, but... I mean,
no, run it. Never mind.
Free for who?
Yeah, them. But you know what I mean?
I mean...
No, run it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shake your confidence on what you wanted to say.
I just Manscaped.
Yes.
Just
let me do it.
That pitch. Just please. Dude,
I want to talk about the lawnmower and the crop preserver.
Uh-huh.
Everybody else is doing it. I'll do it better.
Crop preserver. God.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
No, I did get this one lady. She is from, I apologize if I'm saying this wrong, but ASOS Cosmetics. She sells it's a lipstick or a lip balm that is also a self-defense tool for women. So she is sending me the free starter kit of that.
Does it come with a shank on the end?
It's like Poison Ivy's.
It's
Poison Ivy's poison.
She tries it one time, but the dude peels off that shit like Robin does, and is like, I've been ready for this.
I know ASOS Cosmetics.
I think it's mace. I want to say it's
mace that you put on your
mace
lips?
or a
is it
taser or something.
Double-ended?
Well, when she
I don't know, honestly.
It's
a starter
in the
kit.
lipstick, but you have to raspberry it out. You have to go and it becomes mace. It's just like lip gloss, but it has cayenne pepper in it. So it's self-defense, we swear.
It's a lip gloss, but at the bottom there's a little retractable thing that has these balls you throw in the smoke pots.
The little disappearing act, yeah.
Snap his neck. Fucking crazy. That's so funny. But yeah, we'll get more into that later because I'm very interested to hear about a lot of the messages you got for it. But I guess to start off the show, do you have anything?
I do. So I wanted to just kind of update everybody on Bills playoffs predictions. And then in post, I want you to go dun, 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 like a news broadcast. Bills playoffs predictions. Okay. You don't actually have to do that. But Bill, I had you predict how the NFL playoffs were going to go, having no knowledge about the NFL whatsoever, other than Taylor Swift being in the stands.
That's all I had, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It didn't happen.
It didn't. I was for the first two games, I was on.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was completely wrong.
So, the Bills fell to the Chiefs again. In wild fashion.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes' helmet exploded.
Yeah, that's right.
And he still won that shit.
That's crazy.
And then Baker's luck came to an end.
Yeah.
Just proved that, maybe we weren't missing out. Just kidding. I want you back. But so today,
Yeah.
Ravens will play the Chiefs,
Okay.
and Detroit will play San Fran.
Good for Detroit for still being in it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
I'm still hoping they pull through.
Yeah, they're the Mighty Ducks of the whole thing.
I really would rather Detroit and the Chiefs.
I don't know. Do you?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Once the Browns lost, I was like, all right, that's it for
yeah,
me
that's what I
for
was gonna
football
ask.
for the year.
Well,
That's what I was gonna ask, yeah.
Yeah.
As a Browns fan, I stand here avidly saying, let's go Chiefs, even though they've been there time and time again. But if Ravens go to the Super Bowl, we'll never hear the end of it.
It's true.
So, I just wanted to update everybody.
Lamar got paid.
Yeah, he did. Hey, I can't lie. My uncle called this shit from the jump. So
Really?
Lamar's been getting injured
Wow.
like every season. He'll get injured.
Yeah.
But he got paid, and my uncle's like, yeah, watch. Now he's not going to get injured, and they're going to go on a run.
Wow.
It's kind of like he wasn't ever injured.
Dude.
He was waiting for the money.
It's one of those most like for Alyssa's sake, like when sports aren't on, I never think of them at all. When they are on, don't talk to me. I'm like, you're like
in.
dialed
Mine is
in.
just Cleveland sports specifically. If it's not
Yeah.
Cleveland, I don't care.
Is football your favorite, or you got it? What is your favorite?
I don't really like watching most of them on TV. I like going to all the games,
Yeah.
but football's probably
vibe.
not my
Dude,
top one.
I'm sorry. I feel like the fan base for this is like crazy, and I'd get toasted for saying this, but I can't watch baseball on TV. But
Yeah,
take me
it's
to a
tough.
game, I'm lit.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I'll get into
I'm
it. I'll go to a
dancing.
Guardians game and I'll
Yeah.
have a blast.
Ew, you just said Guardians? Stop it.
If
What kind of Cleveland fan are you?
We are on the internet.
That's true. That's true. I guess.
Dude, it's crazy.
Especially right now, I should stay in good graces, right?
I sat here for a year and said Washington football team.
That's fair.
Oh, good point. Great point.
That's fair.
Good coach.
I take it
switch.
back.
I didn't realize
I
that.
take
That's
it
awesome.
back.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't.
It's
On
crazy.
this platform alone, I will say Guardians. Never again.
It's tough out here,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
for Cleveland in
He said,
general.
we are on the internet.
I know. It's like, listen, hey.
we are a baseball team named after a bridge that nobody bats an eye at.
That's what it is. It's a
Yeah,
bridge.
you know that bridge with the little there's the little the bridge in Cleveland that has the little guys
Wow.
carved out.
I can almost
I have
confidently
no
say
idea.
no.
Yeah, I have no
You've
idea.
never
what
seen
you're
it?
That's the Guardians Bridge.
Yeah, like that's what we were named
Damn.
after.
I
Those
thought
little
they-
guys carved out in the bridge.
They
I
were
thought
like-
they said this has the same exact ending, the IANS. That sounds
Well,
good.
that just-
Let's do
that was
or the
just-
DIANS.
Yeah, that was just
Nice.
like a
Happy.
happy
coincidence.
happy.
I heard
accident.
for a minute that they were going to be named the Spiders, and I was like,
Back
there,
to the Spiders.
there goes baseball for me because I'm not watching
You're like,
the
yucky, yucky,
Spiders.
icky.
Oh, that's what we. No, that's what they used to be called. We were the Cleveland Spiders.
That's horrific.
I wanted to do that.
it
That
makes
sounds way
sense,
cooler.
but that's
Wow.
horrific.
Bro. I'd rather think
What?
like
No.
Yeah, it
Think I'm
does.
wearing anything with spiders on my clothing, real or fake? No, thank
you're
you.
wearing a Beatles shirt.
So,
Nice.
are they spiders?
No, but like
Same legs.
equally as scary.
Oh, beetles like the bug. That's what you were going
Yeah.
with that. Gotcha.
Actually, that was a happy accident.
Hunter's arm pump to himself. Fuck yeah, dude. Demolished our guest. Fuck that bitch. No, God.
That's all for this week. I'm going out on top.
That's crazy. But yeah, so I guess it just goes to show you shouldn't ask a guy who doesn't know anything about football to guess football. You hate to see it.
Honestly, it could have happened though. You know,
It was fun though. No,
Yeah,
I'm
it was fun.
I'm just being a Debbie Downer. I just hate being wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm crying.
So on this week, I actually want you to predict the ice skating championship.
Dude, there was a period of time. So I've never been ice skating. You've been ice
I'm
skating.
actually pretty good at it.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to say you went pretty recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never been ice
I'm
skating.
definitely not doing like the circles with my leg out or anything, but
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
also not falling on my face. So
I've
Nice.
never been ice skating, but is it like rollerblading?
kind of, yeah.
So I'd be all right.
Just,
I think so.
Just more
I'm a
slippery.
really
Because
good
I
rollerblader.
used to rollerblade as a kid, and
Yeah.
I transitioned pretty well.
Other than when that fuckhead pushed me in elementary school and broke my arm on rollerblades, I'm
Yeah.
pretty good on the skates.
The only thing about doing it, because I went on a date to like the rink in Cleveland.
Nice.
The only problem with that is there's kids just falling all around you, like little
Yeah, so
like little speed bumps that you have to like dodge and get out of the way.
Jumping over them.
You kind of have to. That's the worst part is that there's just people
Wow.
falling all
I've
around
never
you, and you have to
thought about
redirect.
that.
Yeah.
Well, because like if somebody falls on an ice skating ring,
Yeah.
it's like I could slice you right now.
It's true. But on the
Yeah.
flip side of that, someone falls on an ice skating rink, they're immediately healing. because they already put it on ice. You know what I'm saying? They're already a step ahead.
Yeah, until you slice them with your
Where you need
skates.
the
And then they're already healing.
I don't think ice helps a slice.
Did you know, like, in, like, not... I don't want to say third world countries. I'll just say this. A ghetto way to do, like, plastic surgery on your midsection, what they do is they just bring in 2 blocks of ice to numb the tissue, and then they cut you open, and then they just go for it. You're wide awake. Nothing. You're just sitting there with 2 blocks of ice on you, and it, like, kills the tissue, essentially, as they're cutting out of it. And it always turns out to look terrible. But
Yeah. Women do
they're
a lot
already healing. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm
Women
kidding.
do a lot of like really cheap cosmetic surgery, and that's like they'll go to like a third world country, or maybe that's a stretch, but somewhere
Man.
that's not the United States that doesn't have like the regulations and whatnot.
And I just realized this year how common it is for people to have work done. Like, it's way more common than I thought. Like, I always thought, like, oh, celebrities, they get the work done, and normal people don't. But it's like, I wonder how many people I know that have actually had work done, which is fine. Like, I'm not judging it at all, but it was until, like, a coworker of mine openly was like, oh, yeah, I got, like, a bunch of shit done. And she was, like, listing what they were. And I was like, I guess I would have just never noticed unless they said it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's crazy to me that how often it is. People now, I think it used to be nose jobs was number 1. Now it's the hooded eyes, like getting your hooded eyes lifted so your eyes are open more.
I feel like what I see mostly now is Botox and lip injections.
Yes. Oh, the lip
Those
filler
are
is
like
a big one
the
too.
2 big ones.
Yeah, I wonder what that's. Everybody says it's like the same because it's just you know, like they feel like normal lips, but I've always wondered, you know.
I got a BBL.
Can you imagine? You stand up from this couch and it's just fucking, it's the Mount Rushmore
Like,
on
holy
your
shit,
ass.
how have I never noticed that? I was like, we're looking hard enough.
I know exactly. You're looking at my personality, which is on you. No, okay. Tough.
Hey, my eyes are down here.
Nice. Dude. Wow. All right. So we're usually around now, we'll get into press conference, but we figured that what Alissa brought to the show is juicy enough. So we're going to jump right into crowd control. You ready to do that, Hunter?
Yeah, sure.
My favorite team won.
Crowd control.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Crowd Control. This is what we do usually weekly now, where we scavenge our comments and we ask you, the viewers, a question, and you guys reply, and we pick our favorites. It's a way for us to interact with you guys, even though some of you guys say some really weird shit.
So yeah, if you want to, every single week on our Instagram, we ask a question and we feature our favorite answers on the show. So follow us at Can't Fight Show to answer a question for a chance to be on the show.
Or don't.
Woohoo.
We talked about this. No, just kidding. All right,
Actually, don't stop, guys. We love the interaction.
Cool. Yeah, so for question of the week, we asked, what is your worst dating experience?
Okay. This is what we're doing?
Okay, so who's this from?
This is from Liz. This is one of my best friends. She's like a sister to me.
She just responded with one word, and then his name.
Yeah, so these two were in a toxic-ass relationship. Very, very toxic. Basically, they were talking. She tried to leave him. He got pissed. Sent a whole bunch of goons that were guys to jump her. So then, like, I tried to talk him down, and then one of his goons pulled a gun at me and put it on my chest
Oh,
in downtown Willoughby.
wow.
Yeah, that's why I had a gun to my chest.
The lengths that some of these men go for love, I'll tell you.
Yeah, so he literally put a gun to my chest, and then I had started screaming outside, yeah, go ahead, shoot me, pull the trigger. I was like, what, you're going to blow me down in front of everybody outside right now?
Yeah.
I promise you it's not going to go well. Go ahead, shoot me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then, like, the bouncer came outside, so he's like, yeah, put that shit away, come on. And then they hopped in an SUV and skirted off.
This is in downtown Willoughby?
Yeah.
So glad you've invited me out there before.
Yeah, right.
And then got my number and called me later. He was like, dude, like, I gotta be honest. You had a gun to your chest and you didn't fold. Like, I fuck with you. I need you to be around me at all times. You're with me now.
Wow. The funny thing about that, so I'm imagining, because it's in downtown Willoughby, just through, like, a brick wall, DJ Got Us Fallen in Love Again is playing.
Yeah. And then I got a gun to my chest.
Shoot me! me! Shoot me, see if I give a fuck! DJ got us falling in love. I don't even care!
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll say, too, is it's like really funny to be like, so what, she broke up with him? That's what sparked the whole
They
thing?
were never actually together. They were just talking, but he was like, he's one of those guys that think, oh, yeah, we're talking, so you're my possession.
Oh. And then she was like, no more. I'm
Yeah.
free. Like the genie and
Yeah.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
And he was like, get her!
Yeah.
Just a bunch of dudes wearing turtlenecks came out.
White dude with tats, I choose you!
All right, so cool. Thanks for your response, Liz.
So this one came from a show favorite, Brian. Finding out a girl was in the psych ward. Finding out a girl was in the psych ward a month before we started talking. I got the fuck out of there.
So, I mean, of course, like, poor mental health is not funny, right?
Yeah.
So it obviously depends on what the context of the psych ward thing was. But the only way that it would be funny is if it was like she did something really heinous to like her last boyfriend or something, and then she's like, I hope this isn't a deal breaker, but raise your voice to me and I'll literally stab you. You know what I
What
mean?
was that one movie? Was it called like Gone Girl?
Oh, with Ben Affleck?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
I've
that
never
crazy.
seen it.
Oh, okay. Have you?
I don't think so.
Damn. It's on my
Damn.
list. It's on my list, though. Like, of movies to watch.
Crazy
I said my
fucking
list
movie.
like everybody knows what I'm talking about. So it's on my list.
My summer reading list.
I mention this all the time.
He pulls out a scroll.
Well, you guys said who walks around with pen and paper? Fuck you guys.
It's actually a
The feather pen. Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
quill?
That you like, yeah, that you dip in ink.
Before the show, they were
Hunter and
talking
I are
about-
like, yeah, a feather pen. You're like a quill.
we were having, before we filmed the show, we were having the classic argument because Alissa has an Android phone and Hunter and I have iPhones, so we were having the
Proudly,
classic argument of what
proudly.
phone's better. And her biggest thing was she's like, "Well, I got a stylus on my phone."
This is my quill.
And so her and Hunter were fighting over whether a stylus is worth an Android.
You're not convincing me that's not a DS.
Which makes it even cooler. It's 2 in
It's
1.
true. Yeah, she's like, I'm just out here. I gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. There is something funny about that. As long as as long as it was funny.
Yeah.
It's only funny if it was funny.
We
You,
need more.
you get it.
That's
You
yeah.
get it.
Your girlfriend will be the judge of that.
I'm skating on some thin ice. Yeah. All right, cool. So on the next one. Bada bing. This is from Brandy, my sister Brandy.
dating someone for 9 months to find out they were dating someone else too.
Oof.
That's crazy.
9 months is crazy.
That's a long time.
yeah,
is.
that's
Wow. Imagine the
3/4 of a year.
Thank you, Hunter.
Hey, I crunched the numbers.
And that's on quick math. You just leave. I'm like, okay, well.
I had my calculator. I had 90
You're
or
sweating.
K9 or what was the calculator called? Do you remember the name of it?
The TI-80.
Yeah, I hit that
You
shit.
needed a
real quick.
graphing calculator to divide 9 by 12. You're like, I was going to find out the sin costs and the tan, but I figured I might as well just leave it alone. That's funny. But yeah, so that's crazy.
So do you actually have info on this?
I don't.
Okay.
I think I have an idea of who she's talking about, but I won't. Obviously.
Oh, obviously I don't want you to name drop it.
No, I don't have enough context on it. I guess I just haven't asked enough.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I wonder what that was like in terms of like, was he just busy all the time, you know?
You're right.
Or a third of the time, I should say.
Quick math.
Hunter's like, I fucking love a good division.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, cool. So I'll move on to the next one.
This comes
Another
from
favorite. He's on like every week.
Yeah, I don't really know how.
Yeah, I
is
don't
it just
understand this
Mr.
one.
BGS 101?
Yeah.
Okay. I was forced into dating someone after they broke up with their best friend. They were also cheating on me. Okay.
I think that was maybe
Oh,
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Boyfriend.
They were us jamming. That's tough. I don't know the context. I don't want to make fun of the forced into dating thing because I don't have
That's
the
what
context.
that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, but
Yeah, how do you...
he's like, my boy, you're a prince. And this is a princess. What accent was that? Vote in
Hey,
the
actually,
comments.
have you ever played It Takes Two?
No.
Okay, so
Gosh,
there's like this book that talks, and it was like right on the money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of want to
nice.
show you. But
Okay,
I'll show
well,
you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have enough context for this.
Yeah. I'm sorry
was it
if
like
that happened.
was it like an arranged marriage?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
She broke up with.
I'm very-
their-
I was very
So did
confused
she
about this
force
one.
you to date this person, but also was cheating on you? She's like, hey, you gotta be my boyfriend.
Oh, that's crazy.
so I can cheat on you.
They broke up with their boyfriend because they were cheating on him, probably. No, just kidding. And then they're like, I need another boyfriend because I can't have a boyfriend unless I'm cheating on him.
Right. She's just like collecting.
Girls are crazy.
That's on chess, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. She's playing chess. We're all playing checkers. It's tough. It's tough. But bang. So that was it that we had for question of the week on Instagram.
yeah. So now we're gonna roll into comment of the week real quick.
Yeah, explain how that works.
So comment of the week is on all of our clips across social media or on the pod itself. We scavenge for the best comments, and this was my favorite. This comes from actually you say this because I'm not botching it.
Oh, yeah. Well, what clip was this on? This was on the...
This was on the Pitbull clip.
Dale.
Dale.
We were talking about Pitbull's failed New Year's event in 2015.
Which I would like to bring up and say we fucked up, and
Yeah.
it took me watching the clip to realize we fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
So when you were explaining the clip, we were trying to bounce ideas off on how the fuck we missed the ball drop.
And we thought that Miami was in a different...
I did that this year.
Time
I did
zone.
not see the ball drop at all.
So Pitbull had his own celebration.
Was he
And-
like the lead
yeah
performer or
He was
something?
performing all night.
He was
Yeah.
hosting. It was in Miami. This is in like 2015.
This is
Oh,
Miami.
okay.
So when Bill said it, I kind of was just like, yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense.
Like he must have been an hour behind us or something.
Yeah,
'Cause
he was in Miami,
He was in the
and
middle of
we're
a
like-
song when midnight hit.
Yeah, when midnight hit, there was no fireworks, there was no ball drop. He was just performing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we missed the ball drop because we were watching him perform, and then we looked at the clock and realized it's past 12. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? So Bill thought maybe they were behind. But it was in Miami.
Maybe.
No, they
'Cause,
were
I
in
mean,
Miami. It's the
'cause if
same
they-
time zone. Miami's
weird?
Miami's the same time.
Wonder what happened.
Oh no, there actually isn't any part of Florida that's in a different time zone, is there?
No, there's
Weird,
not.
yeah.
So he just skipped the whole
He
ball
just said,
drop.
"Fuck it."
Did anyone call you out on that?
I don't
Anyone?
think so. I
Because
think we
I'm
looked
just sitting here
stupid.
agreeing. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That
No,
checks
you
out.
should have known.
Yeah. So yeah, he just didn't care. He was.
Yeah.
It was his moment. We were just
Yeah.
living in it.
The
Get it.
bigger they are, the harder they fall. Timber.
Yeah.
He said, "These biggody boys and diggity dogs." Okay, I'm done. So this is from. I'm gonna guess it's Kaloen. Kalloen.
See, I wanted to say it as koalan just because I like koala bears.
Oh, that's
Where are you
true.
getting the
What
W?
platform was this on? Was this TikTok?
Yeah, this was on TikTok. So she said, I don't care what anybody says. Being Pitbull just kind of seems like a power move.
It's true, man. Like, you know what's funny? So I made the clip and I was making fun of Pitbull. Like, wholeheartedly, I was making fun of him. When I made the clip and I was trying to do more research to, like, I wanted to involve all the footage of what I was talking about, but it turns out that event is just gone to time. It must be in, like, Fox's vault somewhere.
Well, and I would like to think that's because he just performed past the ball dropping.
Yeah. So yeah, you can't like find it anywhere, but like the whole time I'm doing it, I'm finding a bunch of Pitbull like clips and media, and I'm like, yo, this guy actually fucks. Like I'm gonna be real. Like I've turned a corner on Pitbull. He is just a power move. Yeah. Firstly, he knows how to fucking party. You know,
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I guess so. Some of the comments we got were people that were actually physically at the New Year event in 2015.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so they were saying like, oh, dude, I was just having too much fun to notice anything about a fucking yacht. And I'm like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, and all this stuff I was finding because I was trying to find the footage. I was finding reviews of the event. Like, and I even found landing pages where you could buy tickets to go to the event. And there's like a community post being like, this was like the best time I ever had. Pitbull really knows how to fuck. I'm just kidding. They didn't say that.
Yeah,
but.
dude, I mean, like, realistically, like, we were locked in.
Oh, true.
So it's
true.
kind of like, hey, he knew how to turn up.
Yeah, so my bad. You know, if anything I said last week was offensive about Pitbull, I take it back. Pitbull, you're Mr. Worldwide. That's what I started saying in comments. People were like being like, "Oh, fuck Pitbull," blah blah blah. I'm like, that's Mr. Worldwide to you, sir.
Yeah. Look up and you'll see him. It's not a bird or a plane. It's Pitbull. And how we feel is not going to change.
Oh my god. That's I don't know if you heard it like in the episode at all, but that's one of my favorite lyrics. Is Pitbull says, "Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. Nah, it's just me. Not a damn thing changed." We're like, Pitbull, why are you up there?
It's not safe for you up there. Why are you up there?
Can somebody help Pitbull down? Yeah, he needs up. But anyways, yeah. So thank you for all of your comments, and contributions to the show. You can follow us at Can't Fight Show on Instagram and on TikTok. And with that, we will now get into, honestly, I guess we could just call it main event.
Yeah, we're getting into the main event.
Bada bang, baby. All right.
This is what we came to be. This is what we came to see. This is our main event. This is what we came to see. This is what we came to see.
For this week on main event, and we pushed it just to be sort of in the middle of the show just because we think we're going to be talking about it for a hot minute. So, as I mentioned early in the show, Alissa got viral on TikTok for a pretty crazy event that happened. And so it had to do with a date, which is why we asked all these questions having to do with dates. I screwed up. I should have asked, like, what was your worst first date experience? I didn't expect it to get so sad, so I'm sorry for everybody else out there. But in true fashion, in terms of dating, it could always be worse.
Well, that's also a misconception about what happened. Is that was actually the second time that I met him out,
Yeah,
so it
your
wasn't on a
second date.
first date.
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
make it any.
Better.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is the best way should we do this? Should we get into the story that leads to the clip, or should we watch the clip and then work backwards?
Let's
think
ease our way in and then watch the clip.
Oh well,
There's going to be a lot more to talk about once you see it, though.
I was gonna say this. Maybe we should watch it first, just so that we're on the same page with the people who are tuning into this episode. They know the clip, they don't know the story.
All right. Well, I got some pre-clip questions.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, real quick.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say for the viewers, Hunter has not seen the clip that we're talking about. Hunter has not seen the viral TikTok, so he knows zero about it. All he knows is
I
it had
don't
to do
know
with a
anything.
date and with a guy, and that's it. He knows zero else.
Okay.
Right? So just keep that in mind as we go through the rest of this episode, and whatever. So anyways, so you were asking.
Yeah. So you met this guy where?
on Hinge.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Which actually I kind of bit myself in the butt on that one because I made I think I made a video a day or two prior or something saying that was the only one that I used because that seemed to be where all of the sane people were. And then this happened and everyone's like, so that didn't age well. I'm like, yeah.
I was really hoping you said Tinder.
That's like the great. I was just thinking though, like that's the issue when you have like a dating profile or not dating profile, like a reputation, of oh, you want the good ones? They're on Hinge, and now
Right.
all the crazy people or the not good ones are like, oh, Hinge, that's where I'll find the good ones, and they don't realize they're not the good ones.
Right.
Get off the platform.
You're ruining it for all of us.
You're ruining it for all of
Yeah.
us.
So, what was your next question?
You said, okay, so this was the second time you met him.
It was.
Okay, so the first time went decent enough to see him a second time.
It did. We met very low key, kind of last minute, and we just had like an appetizer and a couple drinks. We weren't even there for that long. Just like the basic, do I think you're a serial killer? No. Do you think
Okay.
that I'm whatever? No. And then he's like, well, this doesn't really count as our first date.
Okay.
So let me plan a formal first date, and that'll be what we consider a date. This is just meeting.
Okay, so so the first date happened, and then I'm assuming he got too comfortable. Okay, I think I'm ready for this clip.
Okay, you ready for the clip?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm ready.
So,
Ugh, I don't even know if it's going to be like the 8,000th time I've heard this.
I know. So, is there any context you wanna provide before we watch it? Is there anything that you think makes it a better viewing experience at all? Because you've seen it a million times.
I don't think so. It is
Okay.
kind of just what it is.
All right.
I don't know what to expect here.
For a second, like,
Do not get aggressive with me
I'm
at
not being
all.
aggressive, but I'm asking you to be honest with me, and you weren't.
This guy sounds like he's gonna cry.
I'm so
What was my option?
bewildered,
And
and I am.
again?
I
I
am.
would have never heard from you. I've been down this road.
Okay, but you don't know me. You don't know me. Why would you follow me home? I feel so unsafe right now. The fact that you followed me
Call
home,
the cops.
like
I don't care.
when I
did not mean it that way. I said I'm the furthest from racist person, but I'm not.
no, you're not, because
I
the
am.
furthest
Oh my
person from racist would never use that
Oh my
word.
God. All right, I'm calling my black friends right now. So you,
No,
yeah,
I
you're
don't-
not- I'm being so
I
serious right
don't
now.
want
because
no.
I am not. Yes, because I drove an hour.
What kind of respect do you
what
have?
What kind of respect did you receive from what type of respect did I get when you left me at the fucking bar, you bitch? Huh? What kind of fucking respect did I get when I spent $300 on you, you fucking cunt? Alright, go fuck yourself!
Okay, so it's like I gotta hit one more.
Just in case that first one didn't.
Also, okay, that's a big part.
Okay,
I can explain that part though.
All right, well, here's this, just because some people listen and they don't watch. So,
Right.
For the people that were listening, the caption on the TikTok says, "You find out your date might be racist, so you dip, and he follows you home." And so, again, for listeners, in this clip, Alissa is in her car. Is this how you? I want to make sure this is how you perceived it. She's in her car. Mm-hmm. He's outside the car.
Yeah, got that.
Yelling at her through her open window. And that's all the stuff he had to say.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay.
It's a lot to unpack in a little clip. Yep.
All right. Well, okay.
No, you're good.
Let me get
Hey,
here.
listen,
Let me
it's
get in
crazy.
this mindset. All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put my love doctor coat on.
Oh, nice.
All right.
He's like, "You're wrong."
You're an asshole. That man drove an hour.
Everything else about Hunter checks out except for this moment.
Okay. So first things first. This dude really said, "Let me call my black friends."
He's like, "Here, I'll prove it real quick."
Yeah, he's like, "I can prove you wrong right now." Okay.
Wow.
First things first. I want pretext here. Where'd you guys go? Like a restaurant?
Yes. So he chose the venue. It was a very upscale restaurant, very upscale. Like minimum, you're spending $50+ a plate.
Okay, so he took you somewhere super nice.
Very fancy. Yes.
Okay. So once again, until that point, checking
Everything was
green
great.
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened to where you left? I don't need to know what he said because we know it was fucked up. But like, did he go to the bathroom and you were like, "Yeah, see ya"? Or okay, so it was like that.
So we finished dinner. The check was already paid, everybody, by the way. I didn't let me wait until he pays for this and then I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
We were finishing our drinks, about to leave. And we were just having conversation while we were finishing our drinks. Well, my food was already boxed up, everything like that. I think he was talking or like relaying a conversation that he had with his coworkers, and it just like flew out of his mouth. Okay. And everyone wants to know what he said.
Wow.
He said the N-word hard ER a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple times. Right?
My whole demeanor, like, very apparently shifted. Like, my body language was different. I was just totally like, this is so uncomfortable. Right. There was another table in the room, and I'm sure they heard it, and it was just uncomfortable. So I kind of addressed him on it, or I called him out on it, and he immediately turned into, like, this sobbing character that you can hear in the video.
Right.
And again, like, he was talking like that in the restaurant, and other people are looking, and I was like, why? I don't understand why you're behaving this way. So I looked at him. I was like, we're gonna take a second. Yeah. I'm gonna use the restroom, and we're gonna leave. Because the original plot was not to dip. It was for us to just
go
leave.
our separate ways.
Yeah. So I go to the bathroom. I call my mom. I kind of tell her like where I'm at, what's going on, and she's like, "Yeah, you gotta get out of there." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And I hear a knock at the door. It was one of the single-use bathrooms.
Okay, so it was only you.
Yeah. So I hear a knock at the door, and the sane person in me is like, "Oh, that's just someone waiting." And I was like, "Oh yeah, just a second." I open the door. I hear his voice. And he's like, he asked me who I was talking to in the bathroom. And so he was waiting outside of the bathroom for me.
Ear pressed against the door.
Yeah. And then he was also talking to our server. And he's like, can I swear on the show?
Yeah.
He said, "I fucked up, I said," and then he said it 2 more times to her. So I was looking at her, she was looking at me, and like, it was like, yes. Yes.
Okay.
He's like, "I fucked up, I said," and then he said it twice.
So tell me she looked at you like, "Oh,
yes."
you gotta
So
go.
it was like that look, and girls will know what look I'm talking about, that you give when a creepy guy comes up to you on the dance floor and is like dancing behind you, like you're giving her like the.
And then that's when a
gotta
girl
get out
you
here.
don't know pulls you to help you.
Right, correct. Yeah, so we were giving each other that look. And I was really expecting her to chime in on this because I'm sure that if she has a TikTok, I'm sure she saw it. But she was I was like, "Yeah, I know, I'm trying. Like, I'm trying to get out of here."
Oh. As a quick aside, we should talk about the numbers a little bit on the TikTok. So last I checked, it was about 10 million views, like 1.1 million likes. How many comments?
Like 60K, I think.
Oh my God. So yeah.
And that's just on TikTok alone. I've been sent the links to Instagram, Reddit, Twitter,
Right.
Facebook, YouTube, everything.
Crazy.
Dude, crazy. So yeah, so I didn't mean to cut off in the middle of your story. I just thought that was important to say that because you said, I'm sure she saw it because it was funny. So before we filmed the episode today, I was telling my buddy, I was like, hey, I'm having to spend a bunch of this money because I was like, I gotta be able to have a third mic because my sister just went fucking viral on TikTok. And she wants to tell the story on our pod, so I was like telling him that, and he's like, "Oh, what was the video?" And I just told him, I was like, "Oh, I'll send you the link later." But like this dude followed her home from their date, and he's like, "I just watched that TikTok last night, like with my wife." And I was like, "Dude, that's crazy."
Yeah.
That, like now there's like people that are aware of it.
A lot of the funniest, not the funniest, but one of the funny things about this is that I've had like dates that I've went on dates with prior that just didn't work out. We just didn't,
Yeah. Right.
there wasn't a vibe, so we just didn't work out. I've gotten at least 3 that along the lines are like, hey, I know you didn't like me, but at least I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Dude, they got the couldn't be me, Riz.
Hey, I was better than that.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine? Yeah, it's
Yep.
like I know I smell bad and I have no
Yeah.
future prospects.
And there was one person that I declined, like, or actually, no, he lives in Michigan, and we didn't figure this out until, or Canada, I don't know, somewhere. We didn't figure this out until a little bit into the conversation. Well, I was like, well, I'm definitely not a long distance relationship girly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
for me. So we kind of, conversation kind of just fell off. And he messaged me. He's like, well, seeing you in a TikTok on a date wasn't on my bingo card today.
For your past, like, relationship
Oh, I know.
guys to be like, to basically brag and boast, like, well, at least I wasn't racist. That alone comes off like, well, that's why, like, it just comes
That's
off
so
like,
you're
oh
right.
yeah, you're so much better. That's why.
Exactly, yeah.
Common decency. At least you
Yeah.
have that.
I know. Well, because she was talking about, she was like, she has like a specific ex that she's like, I hope he didn't see this video because he's gonna maybe watch that video and be like, oh, like, And I was like, no, that's what's funny is like, it makes him look even worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, to me. But I was just like, that's the thing to sit there and be like, at least I'm not racist. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you didn't make the cut anywhere else
Yeah.
either. So it's
Well,
like,
no, my previous ex, the one that we've talked about,
yeah.
is talk to me like that all the time, which a lot of the videos on like the comment when I did the you could hear the gasp.
She does a gasp
which was
when he
very
starts
theatric,
yelling.
but also there's more behind it than just him raising his voice. He actually made a movement towards the car,
bet,
and
yeah.
he got like a lot more animated with
Right.
it. So that's why I was like,
I was waiting for him to like start punching
Yeah.
the car.
Sounded like he hit the car at
He
one
did
point,
not
but
hit
he
the
didn't?
car.
Okay, cool,
No.
cool.
but yeah,
There's a
and
specific
everyone in the
moment where she gasps. Yeah, it's hilarious.
everyone in the comments is like, that's like my favorite comment threads are about the gasp because they'll say something like, that sound that she made is the exact sound that I imagine when someone clutches their pearls, or like it's just like
It's
really
a textbook guess. It's
they're like, the audacity.
that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly. It's a textbook.
And
guess.
everyone's like, she's just used to princess behavior. She's or treatment. She's never been
my
talked to like that. I was like, little did you know, the last guy was like on a weekly basis talking to me like that.
But this is a stranger still.
Correct. Yes.
Like,
That's why it's so much.
And the aspect of people trying to come at you about it is crazy. This dude followed you home.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
It's not normal
you
behavior.
met him twice.
Yes.
A guy
Yeah.
you've watched this guy for your entire drive back behind
No,
you.
I didn't.
crazy.
Oh, you
That's
didn't?
another misconception.
okay.
Well,
I
yeah.
thought since I left when he was in the restroom that I had like 3 minutes at least to get to my car
hold on.
and leave.
So we didn't even get to that.
I
part
know.
yet.
I felt bad because I cut us off and got us on a
you're
different.
good. Okay, so the waitress is now in on it.
Yes.
She knows you gotta go.
So the original waitress of the really upscale place that we were at,
Yeah.
I valeted my car. I thought that he was going to follow me home based on the fact that he literally watched my car get pulled up in
Yeah,
front of
from
the
the
restaurant. So I was like, let's meet in more of a public place because this restaurant is very tucked away in the woods. So we met at a bar that was like 5 minutes up the road, very public, lots of people,
Yeah.
big parking lot.
Right.
I imagine too. He's probably groveling the whole time.
Oh
Like,
my
let's
God.
fix it. Let's fix
Yes.
it. Like, let's go somewhere. Let's fix it. Let's get out of here. Like, that's probably what's going on. And I imagine any female in a situation like that, they're like, I gotta go home. But yeah, what if he does follow me home?
Right.
And like, also when psychos are sort of popping off, you're like, I'll just do what he says so I don't die today.
Well, yeah,
you
that,
know?
and then also I imagine you're feeling like, okay, if we meet somewhere public, it's a little bit less embarrassing because you're not at a rich,
right?
like, not a rich,
and
but
I'm not
like
just like
upscale.
running out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it's a better situation where there's a lot more people.
Yeah.
In case something
yeah.
does
Yeah, in
happen
case
once I
something
get to my
happens.
car.
And
yeah.
if you can diffuse this at place B, he won't follow you home.
Right.
Yes.
And then since I mean, I was able to diffuse it. He did calm down. Like I got him off of edge and like off of
Yeah.
like the crying. But we had one drink on the table. I finished that. We were supposed to leave. And then I came back and there's a drink like double the size on the table that I didn't want or I didn't order. And at this point, I'm like, well, I'm not drinking that. He already knows this isn't going well.
Yeah. Right.
And what am I going to accuse this guy of being racist and trying to drug me in the same night? Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So after I got out of the bathroom and I saw a brand new drink, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I, when he went to the restroom, I just grabbed my stuff and I skedaddled.
Yeah, just freaking dipped out, dude.
At the second that door closed to the bathroom, I was out of there. And I don't know if he had paid for drinks just like one at a time or if he had opened a tab, but in my head I'm like, he has to use the restroom, he has to close his tab, and then like I have 3 minutes maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I went out to my car and I thought that I was in the free and clear. There's
yeah.
no way. There's just in my brain there was no way that he would not think that maybe I was in the restroom or that I was just like around the bar. Like he immediately jumped to, she left, let me go chase her down.
Right.
Dude, so she was telling me this story and she was like, she's basically saying like she's sitting down, she has this giant drink in front of her that she's like, I'm not gonna drink that.
Right.
Because he bought it for her. It's way bigger than anything else that they had. Like,
Well, and I didn't get to see the bartender make it. I didn't get to
Exactly,
see
yeah.
him bring it to the table. It was just there when I got to the
so
table.
she's sitting in front of this giant ass drink and she's telling me, she's like, I'm sitting there, I look, she's like, I see that bathroom door closed. She's like, I'm a fucking puff of smoke, I'm gone, bro. She's like, it's like literally
I
that
can
thing
still
hits
see
and
the
just-
bathroom door closing in my head. Like
Oh
that's
my
how
God.
much I was like
She was
staring at it.
waiting for it. It's just gone,
because
bro.
there's no chance that I would have been able to leave without him begging and groveling and like,
Right.
And
because
then
I tried to
following
do
you
that
home.
at the first place.
Yeah.
And it didn't, and
Bro.
so.
But yeah, so she's like, a dust of smoke, she's fucking gone. And, you could tell, like, I imagine as soon as you get in your car, you're like, you've been hit by a smooth criminal, and
well, no, and
drives home.
yeah,
Oh,
I
like,
was.
I did it.
Yeah, I was. I mean, he was calling me, which is almost kind of creepier that he was calling me while also following me. Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't text me and be like, hey, I'm like behind you, like, pull over, we need to talk. No, you're going to wait until we get. And also, he did not follow me for an hour. Everyone thinks that he followed me for an hour. He followed me for about a half hour.
Yeah.
But he drove from where he's from an hour to the original venue.
Okay.
Yeah.
He followed me home for about a half hour, which doesn't really make it any
A whole lot better, yeah.
But and a lot of people also are like, why didn't she just drive away? Drive to the police station. I didn't know he was following me.
Yeah, 'cause-
one.
yeah, why would you assume
And for
that?
two, I pulled into my driveway. I have a single, like Billy's been there. I have a single lane driveway. You can only fit one car in it
Right.
at a
Yeah.
time. And so I pull all the way up to my garage and I see a car pass my driveway, do a U-turn right after my driveway. And he parks in front of my driveway, not in it, but in front of it. Like,
So you can't leave.
I can't.
You cannot back
I
out.
can't
Oh
back
my
out either.
God.
So everyone's like, why is she still there? I'm like, I literally have no other choice. And
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting out of my car. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He asked, before I started recording, he asked a couple times if he could like come sit with me in the car. I'm like, absolutely not. This is
Right.
super, I'm so
Yeah.
uncomfortable that you were here.
He's like, I'm freezing out here. She's like, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be here.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, I was like, then you need to go home. Like, no
Yeah.
way you're getting in my car. There's no way you're getting in my house.
No. Crazy. So I feel like you've been wanting to ask a couple questions and I just keep talking over
Oh
you.
no, you're good. I'm caught up. I'm good.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so the basic crux of it all is they go on date 2. And this dude's been green flagged the whole time, you know? Oh, there's a detail she told me in the story and I wanted to get your opinion on it. So they're starting the date, they're sitting across from each other and he asks, "Can I come sit by you? I'd like to be next to you during the day." And she was like, "I love that." She's like, "That's, physical touch girlies, whatever, like this close, intimate space. Hell yeah." So this dude's still checking boxes. But we're sitting next to each other right now. Wouldn't this be terrible for a date?
Yeah. Yeah, but you liked that.
I do. Physical touch is like one of my things.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't like obviously doing anything inappropriate. It was just the closeness, like the proximity.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Trying to eat like this. Like
Bro.
if it was just us at a table,
it'd be
and we were like
terrible.
on the same side of the booth.
Well, we were
dude.
actually at a round table, so it wasn't as dramatic as like a straight edge table.
Okay,
like
that's
this,
fair. Because the whole time in my head, I'm going to do this for the audience. I've imagined this, where he's like, the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And you're
Yeah.
sitting there,
Well-
he's like really close to you. You're like, right.
Well, and I think that's why he could like. There was such a visible shift in my energy when he did say it because he was so close to me
Yeah.
that I know that every part of my body just like retracted, and it was very apparent because he was so close to me.
You switched to a square table. He's
Yeah,
like, I think I said something
there's
wrong.
there's two other things that happened. Like after I called him out on it, we kind of got on another topic, or again trying to diffuse what just happened. I'm just like, I'm trying to get out of here.
Right.
He was talking about how he has other girls messaging him, but he's only interested in me. And here, go ahead, go through my phone. And I'm like, that is super unnecessary.
Right.
That is so unnecessary. And then at the second location, when I thought everything, like when I was planning my escape, he was asking me to be exclusive. I was like, it is way too soon for that. That's not even on my radar. We've maybe spent 4 hours together total. Like that's
Right. That's
He was
you
like,
kidding me?
He said, no matter what happens tonight, I'm getting your address.
okay. So
And he did that. And I think we should
Gotta
really
love the
be like,
commitment,
It's
yeah.
good, what a man's man.
Well,
you
and
know?
it was honestly terrifying, and I think everyone can hear it in my voice. I was like shaking because he pulls in front of my driveway. He just parks there. He leaves his car on. He leaves his door open, and I think his door was open, honestly, but I don't know. I just saw him get out of the car, and this black figure just comes like barreling up my driveway. I was like, oh my god, does he have a gun? Like, is he gonna like shoot me through the window, pull me out of the car?
Black is in silhouetted. not.
That's true.
Yeah, no,
Maybe I should re-say that.
Yeah.
No, because it was late, and he was in dark clothing, so it was just like
exactly.
shadow creature coming up my driveway, and he did it with like so much purpose. I was like, in my head I was like, there's absolutely no way that that's him. There's no way.
Right.
There's no way that someone would do that.
Crazy.
Right.
And he goes, sup, and he says the N-word. You're like, can you imagine that's how he...
Well, no, and like part of the video that wasn't shown or wasn't recorded, I don't know when I started recording, but he'd said it another 2 times at my car.
God.
And I was like, you are convincing me more and more that
I should not be with you.
right. I mean, and that's what a lot of people said. They're like, what was his goal here? Did he think that this was going to be like a grand romantic gesture
Right.
of him following you home? Like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. We should go out again.
He has like he has a
it's like-
speaker in the rain. It just keeps repeating, I have black friends.
If there's no way that like him following you home, in his head he thought, oh, this will save it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to bring her back. This is
well,
good.
no, and I do actually have an audio clip of him telling me like what a good woman I am and how he's begging me to reconsider,
Right.
and like all of these things. But so he didn't like follow me with the intention of attacking me like he did at the end of the video, but he did attack me when he realized I was like
Done. You were
no.
done.
Yeah. He's like, how can I not save this? I followed her home.
Right. So after the video,
Oh my god.
is that when he left?
Yes.
Okay.
I did not get out of my car until
you knew
he
he
was
was
in his
gone.
car and he drove away. I waited like a minute or so to make sure he wasn't circling back. But
Right.
then I pretty much ran into my house, locked the doors. I called the
crazy.
police. Everyone, I called the freaking police as soon as I got in my house.
Yeah.
I made a report. I had patrol cars kind of like up and down my road throughout the night.
Okay.
So I called, I made the report, I gave them his name, I gave him like his car information, his phone number, I think, and then they called me back and they're like, hey, do you happen to know his birthday? And I was like, that's actually crazy because I do. He told me tonight. It's February 14th, which is a birthday that you remember because it's Valentine's Day.
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we got him. I was like, what? And they're like, no, not physically. We just know who he is. And I'm like, I don't really know how to take that.
Okay.
Like, did you pull, I didn't ask, but in
Yeah.
my head, I'm like, did you pull up his ID? Or like,
That's
does
so
he
funny.
have a record? Or like, what do you mean you got him?
Okay, we
I'm
got him.
concerned.
Way off, you hear, Alissa, take me back.
In the background.
Yeah.
I swear you can move. I won't
Yeah.
follow you.
Insanity.
Okay, so did you block him in the car?
No, so he actually.
I love this.
Yeah, he
So
actually
he reached out
texted
again?
me. Yeah, he texted
Okay.
me when he got
That's where I
home,
would
and he
go.
started it off with, "I made it home, FYI."
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just happy it's not mine because you made it here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? He says it in a way just like, guess you didn't care to ask if I made it home.
Correct,
okay?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
which is like, I don't care anymore.
let's see. I mean, it was a long message. Like, obviously, I'm not going to read it all, but it's a long message.
Okay, so he did send you a book.
Yeah, he did. But he basically said that he apologizes for making me feel uncomfortable. He enjoyed talking to me. I'm a great woman,
Wow.
regardless of how long he's known me, which is, mind you, like a week.
Yeah.
He cares about me, and if there's anything he can do to help me, blah, 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 reach out. I already know you can handle anything. I'll miss talking to you, Alissa. Good night.
Tell him that you do need something from him to help you, and it's that you need him to find Jesus.
I'm gonna find something. And then, so I don't know if you guys saw this. I took a picture of that sign in the bar that said, "Please don't do coke in the bathroom."
Oh, yeah.
And I took a picture of it and I put it on my Snap story.
This is in the bathroom at the high. Is this the high
where I
end place?
dipped. No.
Oh, where you
yeah.
dipped.
The "Please don't do coke in the bathroom" is at the high end venue.
Well, I don't know. I've never been in one. It might be, I mean, at high-end places, rich people more likely have Coke.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
And they're like, not in here. Do it in our Coke room. They would have a Coke room.
exactly. A designated area for such activities.
It's like, it's a high-end place. They had a Coke room.
It's filled
No, but
with dollar bills. Pre-rolled dollar bills.
He replied to that Snapchat and he was like, "I couldn't even with that sign." And I'm like,
This is the following morning.
This is the following morning.
Hold on.
Yeah.
yes. And then he, like, a couple hours later, he, like, snapped me a picture of him skiing or snowboarding or something. And I'm like, do you really think
This
that
is
I'm
the
just going to,
following
like,
day.
carry on conversation with
Right.
you after this? But nothing after that, which I'm assuming is either because he saw the video
I hope
or...
he did.
I really,
God,
that
I
was
feel like
what
he
I
had
wanted
to
to
have.
bring up
Okay.
now, is that I want to see a world where, like, he did see this
Yeah.
video, and that would be hilarious to watch.
I guess in his benefit, thanks to Alissa, nobody knows it was him. So imagine this, bro. You're at work at your construction job, right? And one of your black coworkers comes up and he goes, "Bro, look at this video that came on my For You page. Some dude followed this chick home and she left."
He's got to
because
be
he said
like,
the N-word.
he's got to be
And
like,
he's watching
wow,
it.
that's crazy.
I know, but he's going to say it like, "Wow, that's crazy," because he always sounds like he's about to
Yeah,
cry.
and that's another misconception is that we did not have that much to drink at all.
Right.
And everyone thought we were wasted in the video. I was terrified out of my freaking mind.
He's crying.
And he was fighting back tears the entire time. Like, if you've ever tried to talk while you're trying to cry, it comes
yeah.
out like that.
I never cry. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I get it.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Insane behavior.
No, fucking crazy. But
So-
dude, yeah.
Do you have him blocked now, so where even if he does see the video, he can't tell you he saw the video? Or-
I don't know if he has a TikTok. I don't know.
interesting. Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
his cell phone number is not blocked.
Okay,
So
so
funny. So we might get an update.
we might get an update.
No, but dude, isn't that crazy? Like the following morning to be like, I just couldn't with that sign. like as if the rest of the night didn't just happen.
That's
Yeah.
an icebreaker.
I
Yeah.
know, exactly.
Watch me ski.
He goes, yeah, something about that sign made me want to dip out of that date.
Well, and
That's what he said.
What if he was like, "Sorry, I dipped on you last night"?
oh my God. Sorry I didn't walk you to your door.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. You got a nice house, by the way. That's what he says. And then later he
Would
says,
love to come in
Well,
next
and,
time.
and that's the thing is that even in the text message, he's like, "I've only said that word," which I'm assuming he's talking about the C word this time, what he called me, because he was
Oh, yeah.
apologizing for saying it. I've only said that word one other time, and he was just really upset about how the day went or the date or whatever. And then to even preface that, like when he was talking about excusing his N-word vocabulary or whatever you want to call it, he was like, "We were all raised different." I was like, my parents did drugs, bro. Like, do you think that that's an excuse to behave that way? Like, your parents' poor decisions have nothing to do with the way that you've molded your character. Those two are not related. So
If a girl dipped on me at the bar, I would not follow her home.
yes.
I come from a very drug enticed family, and I don't do stuff like that. So that's not really a good excuse.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, your parents, poor decisions do not make up for the way you've molded your character.
I can only imagine this guy keeps telling her all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because he thinks like that's his excuse.
Well, and he's like, I won't say it anymore around you. And I'm like, that's not the point,
that
though.
doesn't change the fact that you're
Yeah, that's
racist.
not a part of my vocabulary. There's never a circumstance where you will ever find me saying that word.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter. That's like, I won't kill around you if it really bothers you.
Right.
You know?
It's also like the thing I kept thinking about that you had said was him saying like, I've never said the C word that much, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, that it doesn't make sense because if you've only said it one time before, you threw it out 3 times tonight. So obviously you're comfortable with it.
Especially to basically a stranger. You don't even know me at that point.
It's crazy. Yeah, he's like, the last time I said that word was because I followed a chick inside of her house and she wouldn't let me bang. I was like, okay, cunt.
It's such a gross
He's like,
word.
that's the only... It is, it really is, isn't it?
No, when you said that, let me bang, bro.
Oh, yeah. Bro, just let me bang, dude.
Yeah,
I do.
super strange.
I do let you bang. But yeah, so that's crazy. I wanted to. The crazy thing that I think too is like she was telling me like later he sends like a Snapchat of him like snowboarding or skiing or something.
Yeah, something in the snow.
I told her I was like
this
he was
will
on
break
his
the
way.
ice.
That's what it was. He's like it's just a photo of his feet. He's like every moment that you're not running is a moment I'm gaining on you.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. You'll never see me coming if you don't recognize my car.
Just skiing down your street. Oh my god, that's actually not very funny.
Well,
but...
and it was actually kind of eerie the next morning because when I went to go get into my car, I could see like his circle of like stompy footsteps from being outside of my window and like his footprints from walking up my driveway. And I was like, oh, the snow has to melt because this is just like a really
so
creepy reminder.
Oh, yeah, he took a gander in to be like, is she still in her car or did she? Yeah.
Oh, I was very clear. My car was on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like to think in like my world
Yeah.
that he sent you that picture of him snowboarding and you were like, well, you were on thin ice last night, but now you're literally
Nice.
Well, no, because I think what I told him was that the following day I was going to go on a snow hike with Riley. So I think he was just trying to be relatable, like, hey, but we're both in the snow right now.
Oh, she's
You
like, yeah,
know?
I'm in the police station, actually. She's like, you'll be here soon. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And then I would also like to say like on your aspect, I know you went viral, so you're probably getting a mix of comments.
Oh,
A
dude.
ton.
But honestly, like you're a hero for not putting his face in it, for not posting a picture of him. Like you still did him justice as far as not being.
Well, at
as
this
far
point,
of an
everyone.
asshole as you
Oh,
could
yeah,
have
yeah.
been.
Everyone is like really not attacking me. That's a very aggressive word, but really saying you need to post it. You need to protect other women. And I totally get it. I've went on like the Cleveland Are We Dating the Same Guy page and I'd be like, hey, if you're, and I'll say it here, if you're dating or thinking about going on a date with a guy, his name starts with M, he lives in the Akron area. I am okay with that. Like if you send me a picture, I'll either say,
Yes or
maybe rethink that or yeah, I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
But I, especially that there's like a race thing involved. I don't, 10 million people, like there could be someone that watched it that if I release his name, they could go hunt him down and hurt him or kill him.
yeah.
And even though he was, did that to me, I still don't want to be responsible for someone dying or like
'cause-
being injured over my video.
Yes.
You
That was
could've-
never my intent.
You could have destroyed him.
Yeah.
That's what I say. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, she's gotten some DMs that are like basically saying, hey, what's his name and info? I'm going to bait him into a date and I'm going to beat him up.
Yeah.
Like,
don't worry, I've done this before.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's shown me some
Yeah.
of the DMs and I'm like, bro, they want to like fuck this guy up. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yo, okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, as much as I want to protect the women of America, like, I also have to be realistic
Because
about
there would be
it.
blood on your hands. Like,
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not
that I like care about protecting him. I'm
Right.
just people
You don't
can.
want him to get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he.
You're like, well, it's a slippery slope on that one. He's skiing down it, but
Yeah. That one's. I mean, do I think that he should pay some sort of karma for it? Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like since it's gone this extreme, that this to where it's reaching London and South Africa, and I don't know what kind of groups are rallying against like racist white people. So I don't want to like put a target on anyone's back, regardless of how they made me feel. Like that's just selfish and in my own sense to be like, you hurt my feelings, go get them.
Yeah,
you know,
because of how big it got. Like if you would have released it, there, like you said, his work could have found it.
Well, I don't care if he would have lost his job. That's on him. You need to be. That's such a minor consequence.
What I'm saying is you. No, I'm not saying like.
No, I'm with you.
What I'm saying is like you could have.
Yes.
So like that. Yeah.
No, I do believe that he has seen it because I truly feel that he would have continued to reach out and apologize to me if he hadn't.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. You know, like you have those moments in your life where you like lay in bed and you're like, oh, you know. The following a girl home from a date has got to be his. And I'd be like, I hope I never see her again. But I'm also sane enough to not follow someone home, so who's to say?
No.
You don't think so?
From watching the video and hearing about the guy, this comes off as a guy who wakes up the next morning and doesn't miss a beat. Like he doesn't. He looks.
I mean, he was trying to continue conversation with me like it didn't happen.
Yeah,
fair
I
point,
feel like
fair point.
that was like. I feel like he's the kind of guy that like thinks he did nothing wrong.
Dude, fair point.
He thinks that like it got blown out of proportion. Mm-hmm. That's the vibe I get.
And another thing is before the date went awry, before the comments and everything, we were talking about deal breakers, honestly, because I feel like that's important. I get that out right on the first time, or the first time we have like serious conversation. And I told him that my main deal breaker was my last relationship. He was very verbally abusive. It was horrible to me. I used to like lock myself in the bathroom with my dog and we're both just like waiting for him to be done. Like it was horrible. Yeah. And I was like, the next person that raises their voice to me, you're out. You're done. If you can't talk to me like an adult, you're done. This is over. So the fact that he
knew that
and then still behaved that way, I'm like, I mean, that's why I was like, okay. And I rolled the window up and I was like, time to go. I'm done even interacting with you at this point.
It was funny too. So I wanted to say this, like, so when her and I were talking about it, I was like, can I see what the guy looks like? Now, as soon as I saw him, I was like, okay, everything he did, it makes sense now.
Okay.
How do I tread this nicely? I just think Alyssa's into ugly dudes. She's got a thing for just ugly dudes. I don't mean to be like a dick, but you know, I look at Alissa. I think Sweet Home Alabama aside, objectively attractive, right? So you would think whenever she's like talking about the guy she's dating, I'm like, yeah, he's probably like 6'2", ripped. You know, this guy's probably like 5'7", looked like a hamster. You know, one of his photos, he's wearing aviators. Enough said. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I see this guy and I go, oh, bro, the second that N-word slipped out and she recoiled, he went, fuck, I gotta do whatever it takes, bro. I'm never gonna get this close again. That's what I'm saying, bro. That dude did not have $300 to spend. No, I'm just kidding. He might have. But I'm just saying, like, he was like, I'm putting it all on the line, bro. He's like, I'll go to jail for this chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he was he's like, call the police. I don't care. He's like, I'll to do this.
Too.
I have to do this. Which is just crazy, but dude, it's like so funny to be like, yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm gonna poke fun at it a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Do you want to see him off camera?
I would, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I won't show the picture.
But beforehand, I would like to say, the first time I met you, Alissa, you were coming at me for my relationship stuff.
I want to get into that in just a second.
I so know that because I was like, I know he's going to bring something up because I'm like trying to be like this fountain of wisdom on relationships, and then this happens.
You're doing a great job.
Oh my god, dude, that's so funny. Wow.
So wait, I don't know.
No, you're good.
I'll just cut it. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
I don't think he's ugly.
Oh wait, let me see.
That was the one that I showed you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Again, I just don't expect them to like look like that. You know what I mean? He looks like Quinn 92.
That has definitely where he works up though.
Quinn has swag. That guy has.
I know.
I chew tobacco.
No, I'm just messing. But yeah, I mean, I think too. Like
he kind of looks like he would like flip the Monopoly board if he was losing.
I mean, that's what he did a little.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
You're stealing money from the bank. He gives off those kind of vibes.
That's so funny, dude.
I know. There's a ton of men in the comments that are like $300. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And all the women are like, if you're broke, just say that.
Yes.
I mean,
okay, that's what I wanted to get into. Some of the comments that she was getting. That even some of the ones that I noticed.
I mean, I saw most of them. I was like stalking all of these comments. So I saw, because I would tell my friends, I'm like, there's so many mean ones. And they're like, Alissa, I scrolled through pages and I didn't see a single mean one. I'm like, well, I'm seeing them as they're coming through.
Well, not only that, but you're objectively, if you like, we don't have traction, but like on the videos, we do have some traction.
I will say
the mean ones stick out.
Oh,
the 100%. Nice ones don't.
Dude, we got our like first kind of mean one, the one that I like noticed the other day, which usually they're like making fun of like our takes or like whatever. They don't typically come after us like either physically or even like personality wise. But yeah, the one that we got that was a nice comment, but it still stuck with me. It said, that fat guy's funny. I went, God damn. Oh, that's so funny. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's...
well, and that's the thing. I felt so supported because I would see a mean comment, I would click on it, and I didn't respond to like any of those comments because there were so many coming through, and they're having like full-fledged arguments and conversations in the comment section. And by the time I would click on one and open it, there was already like 8 people attacking this person that was being mean to me.
So I can kind of relate to that. We had that happen on one of our TikTok things where they were arguing about the boomer thing.
Boomers,
and it was for me and Bill.
He told me about that.
Yeah, me and Bill watched these people argue for like weeks after the clip was posted.
Yeah, they're just like shitting on generational differences and things like that, but way less way less personal than a guy following us home.
No, yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Well, that was another thing. I got a ton of DMs, obviously, from men. They're like, let me take you out and show you how a real man takes you on a date. And I'm like, read the room, my guy. Yeah, like, do you think that I'm really ready to go on a date right now?
I'm on the market for sure right now. Yeah, exactly. Crazy. So yeah, there was comments like that. Let's talk about some of the other comments that you wanted to talk about. So, one of the things that we wanted to talk about was for the people listening, at the very end of the clip, Alissa picks up her phone to stop the recording, and you get a flash of her dashboard, and it is a Christmas tree.
That's what everyone said. Her dash lit up like a Christmas tree. Okay, so I can defend that.
Please tell me there was one comment that was like, yo, you need me to fix your car?
Basically, he's like, he should have spent that $300 fixing her car or whatever. People are so funny. Okay, so my tire pressure light was on, which actually, thanks to TikTok, I figured out how to fix it. I actually have to go in and recalibrate. Like, I have to press buttons to get the light to turn off, even after I put air in my tires. So it's off. Anyway, the other ones, I have driver assist features like lane assist or automatic brake, like the rear view camera, things like that. It was a horrible weather day, so my cameras, all my sensors were covered in salt and snow, so they were all disabled. So my car was telling me lane assist is off, brake assist is off, rear view camera shut off. So that's what all of those were. Yeah,
my
they weren't. None of them were check engine lights. It was just tire pressure and all of my driver assist features being like, we aren't working.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Well, I got one thing to say about it.
What?
Honda gang.
Nice.
Dude over here got Kia Boyd.
I did
yeah.
get Kia Boyd.
Well, I had a Hyundai before, and I was like, that's not...
It's gotta go. Because Hyundai's gonna get Kia Boyd as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're both made from the same...
You're actually the first one to tell me about that. Like, after my car got broken into.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a Hyundai.
How have we never told that story on the pod that you got Kia Boyd?
Was that here?
No, that was in Lakewood.
Oh, okay.
You'd think it would have been here. I live in a significantly worse neighborhood now, but no.
Now the only thing that happens here is your dog gets attacked and dead people or people swing dead cats.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Our first.
Did you see that?
No.
We couldn't have wrote this any better.
Yeah, this is our first episode.
We're about to wrap up the pod. We're saying goodbyes.
Yeah.
And Bill's like, dude, I'm sorry. There's somebody outside with cat. And we're watching. The cat is dead.
She's in a hospital gown.
She's walking down the street.
Barefoot.
She's trying to give this cat CPR. She's swinging the cat. Like, have you ever watched pro wrestling?
I know what you're going to say.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, have you ever seen an action movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen people do like a head scissors where they'll like jump up, wrap their legs around the dude's head and like flip them? Yeah, she was doing that with the cat. Well, the cat looked like it was doing it to her.
Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah.
poor
She was-
cat.
It was,
I know.
it was a goner.
It's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Probably after that.
No, it didn't
no,
stand a chance.
No,
No, I'm just
it,
kidding.
it had to have been dead before.
It was stiff. She was holding like a baby at one point. She was like kind of burping it. She was like picking it up and kissing it, and then like just walking with it. But
I know we can't use this, but was it maybe the girl that just got out of the psych ward?
Nice.
Brian's like, I had to leave her. She just kept swinging this.
She had
dead
this.
cat.
Yeah, she had this
know,
weird thing
right?
about cats.
He's like, tell me about yourself. She's like, well, I got this cat. It's clearly dead. He's like, I gotta go, dude. Crazy, but yeah, dude. Our first episode, and that's Hunter got a video of it, but she was like way down the
Yeah.
road by the time he got his camera out.
Did you see any news reports on it?
No.
But
Well, we also didn't look.
Yeah, he stayed to watch the Browns game, and at one point, like an ambulance rolled up, a fire truck, and
Bro,
one
yeah,
police
everyone
car.
was down there. Yeah.
Yeah, and like a bunch of neighbors were outside. They were like concerned, so super sucks.
Why would they be concerned? What's
I don't know.
concerning about
So
that?
honestly, it just feels like another day in this neighborhood.
Yeah, and then what else? What else happened? There was a neighbor across the street.
That's when my dog got attacked.
I thought no, that was at the park.
No, there's 2 times my dog's
Oh,
got attacked.
okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll get into the Kia Boy story someday. But So the comments, people talking about that. They were talking about you being drunk, which again, like I think he's trying not to cry, and you're scared out of your mind because a stranger just followed you home. Were there other things?
Honestly, I just didn't know if he had a weapon. I mean, he had a
course.
thick winter coat on. He
Yeah.
was right outside of my door. I couldn't leave. Like, you've seen my backyard. There's nowhere for me to go.
Right? Yeah.
So,
What a fucking weirdo.
yeah. I mean, I guess in theory, if I really had to, I could have like backed up and like drove through my lawn, but that was like extreme.
It was
And my
extreme.
driveway was full of ice, so if I tried to do that in a hurry, I probably would have
Dude,
just hit my
yeah.
house.
Right.
Oh man, yeah.
I don't think
Dang,
it can
how
get
funny
any-
would have that have been though? Since my driveway was super icy, that on
He,
his
like,
way
ran
out,
and he fell.
Oh my god.
Dang it!
He's
such
like,
a
I'm
messed up
suing
person.
you.
Yeah,
'Cause you'd
right.
be able to.
Right. Ugh, goodness gracious.
Can you imagine? He's like, God.
Plot twist.
Dude, that's
This
so
is actually
crazy.
your fault.
Yeah. Oh my
He's like,
God.
little did you know I came to your house earlier just to make sure it was icy.
Insanity.
Now date me or I'm suing you. No,
I did talk to my my employers about it though yesterday after our today's Sunday, so Friday after our meeting, and they're like, Alissa, I know that that's very concerning, but we're really going to have to talk about your taste in men because I'm really kind of just getting concerned about that more so than his
Dude.
mental health.
This is something I wanted to get into real quick. Dude, so Alissa was telling me about her most recent like ex, like,
Which is not recent. It's like 2 years ago or something like that. Yeah.
So she's just been like sort of casually on the prowl, just out there,
just playing the
getting
field.
getting a feel for the world. But her last
Doesn't
like,
feel
long-term-
great.
Yeah. Oh, I bet it's just especially after this. So
I mean, I guess luckily, I mean, it can't get much worse.
that's
Don't
not
say.
true.
Why would you put that
Why
on
would
me?
you do that, man?
This is on you now. Now blood's on your hands.
when-
if
No,
I
it's
die.
not.
What if he had a knife? That's way worse.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, my bad. I mean,
It was a rough one, but thankfully he didn't have a weapon.
she started it at the yard. All right.
Oh, yeah, when you guys met? Yeah. Well, do we want to get into that real quick? Or
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's get into that real
So-
quick. and then
Yeah,
we'll get
he's
into
like,
that.
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. Because this all happened for me.
Yeah, so this is when you guys Hunter's sliding $300 to that guy to follow you home.
Actually, what you didn't know is he was wearing an earpiece the entire
Oh,
time.
you're feeding him the info. Got it.
Say it 3 times.
That's so
And then
funny.
tell her you've never used that word. Yeah, so the first time I met you, we were all just chilling. It was all good. But then I think I was talking to you about what was going on in my dating life. And then you told me to get her opinion.
Well, because you were trying
This
to
girl
get...
was using the heck out of you, though. She
Oh,
really
Oh,
was.
no, yeah, she
And this
definitely
chick-
was. And actually, I have an update for her
Oh,
that I had
nice.
told. Remember, I told you.
Okay. Oh, right. Here. Let me set the stage a little bit for the people that might not know. So Hunter was talking to this girl who was around my age, so older.
She was 26.
Oh, then never mind. We were pitching it like she's older because you're
I was 23.
yeah 23 at the time. Maybe 22, maybe about to turn 23.
Yeah, that's what it
was. Was it really
She
that long ago?
26. Well, his birthday was in July, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Hey, same.
So yeah. Hey. He's talking to this girl, older girl, so he was constantly talking to me about it because he's like, I don't want to fumble this. He's like, I don't typically should I say this? I don't typically fuck with girls like around my age, like, because like a lot of it's immaturity. He's like, I want maturity. So he's like, if I could find a mature girl my age, cool. But right now, I'm kind of like, she's 26. It seems like she might have her shit together. So I don't want to fumble this bag. That was like his big thing. And so he's telling me this, and then Alissa meets us at the bar. And I was like, oh, you should talk to Alissa about it.
Well, yeah, because I was telling you all the bad shit that was going on. Yeah, so basically, like...
The only thing that I got on you about was I was like, so what do you do for her? And you're like, I mean, I listen to her. And
well, because he's like, I do the stuff. I go above and beyond. And you said, give me some examples of above and beyond stuff that you do. And you unfortunately go, well, like I listen to her. And Alissa doesn't let it slide for half a second. She's like, listening to her is above and beyond.
I think I literally sat down on the ground and I was laughing.
Poor Hunter.
Well, because
that's all right. Give it back.
It was still fresh, and
I was trying to save you, though.
Let me also add this. I knew how bad it was going, but didn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
So actually, you shouldn't be coming for me because I was trying to help you.
It's true.
Yeah, but you were being brutal.
I can see. Well. She was being brutal to you.
No, she was. So the
I was
update
defending
on
you.
that was...
well, hold on. Could we get into at least a little bit of like what you were saying that she was doing?
Oh, yeah. So basically, she would like hit me up, and then we'd be talking. We'd go on a few dates. She would like ask me for stuff. I would get it for her. And then she would just disappear for like a couple days.
Yep.
Yeah.
She'd leave me on read and then just disappear.
Yeah.
And then she would randomly come back, and then everything would be fine. She would apologize. She would say one of her family members were in the hospital or something happened at home.
Yeah.
And then she would just disappear again. And then the cycle just kind of continued.
Yeah. And so like that was going on. That's what you were telling Alissa. But then you were like, well, that's because Alissa started asking. Mostly you were just telling Alissa, like, how do I bag it? And she's like, well, how is it going? And you start saying that stuff. Alissa doesn't hold back at all. She goes, this chick doesn't know what she fucking wants.
Right.
Like, she's
probably
using you.
Seeing other people.
Yeah. She's like, what's going on? She's like asking about her job.
Who will bring me Chipotle today and who won't? Let's see.
Yeah. Let me just throw it out in the ether. No, I'm just kidding. But no, so Alissa was being brutal to this woman.
Right.
And I felt like maybe you walked away from
In
that,
Hunter's defense, though.
I was going to say, I felt like maybe you walked away from that and you were like, damn, okay, well, I'm never asking Alissa for advice again.
I didn't.
Update,
I definitely didn't. Because it definitely helped. It was mainly just I didn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So the update of that is this was actually recent. This was not that long ago. So I'm seeing somebody else now.
Okay.
We've been together for about 4 months. And it hasn't been, it's probably 3 months. It was when we started the podcast.
That's like the true tell mark, though. I usually either keep them or drop them after 3.
Right.
Nice.
That's usually my telltale.
Wow.
We became official a couple weeks after the pod started.
That's right. Yeah. So you guys are probably heading on, because we're heading on month 3.
Okay, so about 3 months. Okay, so I'm seeing somebody new now. But randomly one day, she had like texted me.
Of course she did.
And she was like, so basically what happened is I saw that she viewed my TikTok. So then I had viewed hers. And,
see, that's the opener right there.
God forbid.
well, so she texted me on TikTok and was like, why'd you look at my TikTok?
You're like, why'd you look at mine?
Yeah, well, no. So because of that, I just didn't even answer.
Yeah.
And then she texted me, so I didn't answer. And then she messaged me on Facebook randomly with the screenshot of her message on TikTok.
Yikes.
And was like, and then she sent me the screenshot and then just sent me a question mark.
Oh my god, I knew it. I was gonna say she sent a question mark too, didn't she?
Yeah. Knows.
This is textbook stuff, and it's not even just for women; it's for men too. Because I feel the same way about that as I do about the guys that I've went on dates before. They're like, "Oh, at least I didn't do that." Like they're just looking for a window to open conversation again.
Yeah. So then I was like, I just responded with laughing faces, and then I was like, "What?"
Why didn't you respond?
Well, I was because she just sent it again. So I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Why didn't you answer my question?" And I was like, well, I didn't really think I needed to. And
no response is a response, buddy.
Yeah, and she was like, well, why'd you look at my TikTok? And then I said, what you said, and I said, well, why did you look at mine?
Yeah.
And
was it of yours specifically, or was this Can't Fight Show?
No, it was mine.
Okay.
Because I'll get into that.
Okay.
So I forgot what she had said to that, but it basically became along the lines of like, I basically just said, well, I didn't know you were going to text me all upset about it. We kind of left things off where we were cool, so I don't understand what you're so upset about.
Yeah.
And then she had brought up like, she doesn't remember how we ended, so she doesn't even know if we're cool. And then she just started dogging me. So then I sent her laughing emojis again, and I was like, I've always been nice to you and cool with you. I've done nothing but try to be a friend and be cool. So I don't understand why you're so upset. And then she was like, yeah, whatever, bye. And then she blocked me.
Oof.
So about 2 minutes later, she unblocked me.
Of course she did, yeah.
Liz is like, Liz is playing chess in her mind. She's like, and then next she'll move knight to.
Yeah, wait, should I tell this story?
So what do you think she did next?
After she unblocked you? She messaged you something really nice or saying that she missed you or something.
She hit it on the head. Yeah, she starts apologizing and said, sorry for being a bitch. I'm going through a lot right now.
Let's go, Liz. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so then she starts...
Can you tell how many toxic ass people I've been with? That I know the life cycle.
Yeah, so then she starts just going in on how bad her life is and about how she like is alone and she's sorry for being a bitch and she didn't mean to take it out on me. Damn. And then I was just like, oh, well, I'm sorry.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Hope your life gets better.
I was like,
Bye.
I was like,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I was like,
Bye-bye.
well, if you ever need anything.
Hunter.
Well, and then.
No, I get it.
Yeah. And
maybe
then
that's a guy thing.
She was like,
don't message me ever.
Yeah, she was like, okay. She was, and then she started being mean again.
Yeah.
But whatever. I don't remember what she was saying there, but it ended with, she's like, she asked me, she was like, well, is there anything else you want to say? And I was like, no, I think that's it. And then she was like, whatever. And then she blocked me again. And then she unblocked me and she was like, really? That's how you want to leave it?
Oh my God.
And I was like, well, I mean, you could check out my podcast. And then I sent her the link to the pod and she said, I'm good. And I was like, all right, well, I had to plug it. And then she blocked me.
You're like, trust me, no, it's really funny. You should really check into episode 16.
Yeah, so and then she blocked me again, and that was it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know what made me think of it, but that was like also a lot of comments I got were like, oh, I would have followed her home too. And everyone's like, why would you say that?
Yeah,
that's a really weird comment right now.
Yeah.
And then there's also ones that are like, she's mid, I wouldn't follow her home. And then the people on my side are be like, with that profile picture, be fucking for real.
That's the big thing we found. I was telling her this. I was like, most of the people that do get like mean or critical, they don't even have a profile picture. If they do, it's of like fucking like CJ from San Andreas or some shit, you little pussies. Like, it's so easy to sit behind a faceless keyboard and talk shit. Right. You know?
Yeah.
It's way harder to put yourself out there and film with 2 iPhones and record it.
So... Oh, no, I was just going to go back to this. Yeah, so I'm in a good relationship now.
Nice.
It's been 3 months. Woo! It's going great.
Shout out, Britt.
She's amazing. It's like a 50-50 thing.
What do you mean?
Like we're 50-50.
The effort is both ways.
We're putting it. We're making 100, baby.
Okay,
that's good.
awesome.
Oh, that's so good.
My brain was going so bad there. I was like, wait, you're still not sure?
No.
I was like, you just said so much nice
She
stuff.
got it. She got it.
Yeah, I got it.
I was only half listening.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
it's cool because we got this thing where it's like if I'm having like if I had to rate my day and I'm having like a 3, she gives me the 7.
Oh.
If she's having a 2, I give her the 8.
I heard that in a different video on TikTok. They're like, together we'll like if I'll pull the whatever percent that you're lacking today.
Yeah, and
or
we're
you
really
just
good
look at
with
each other and be like, we both have 5%. We're gonna be mean to each other today, but it's not personal.
Yeah, for us, we're never actually like mean to each other. If we're like that, we kind of just like exist. Like it's just like we just let each other chill.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just kind of
it's
like,
just-
hey, love you, schnookum-puss.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say words all day.
Yeah, and then she's like, yeah, I'm feeling that too.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the next day you reconjoin. We both apologize for how we were yesterday, and then we just move on.
Hell
That's
yeah.
how it should
That's
be.
awesome,
Yeah,
man.
dude, it's sick.
So what we were getting into before was like, so Alissa was telling me about her
Oh, yeah,
last
so tell me about
relationship.
your last horrible one.
Well, she was just saying like it's toxic, like he just I don't know. If he has any redeeming qualities now, it's because of Alissa. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of women can probably relate to that, like dating a guy at some point and being like, I feel like I had to train him, and right when he was finally good, that's when like we cut the cord.
But
you
the
know?
trust was already it was already so far gone. By the time he
Yeah.
started behaving correctly,
Yeah.
like the trust was already completely,
course. Right.
completely like evaporated.
This dude's like toxic as hell, but she's like, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this too. She's like, but you know, like when things are good, they're great. Like our chemistry is awesome, and like, you know, she's like, you know, he checks the boxes for me that I felt like I really needed checked when I needed them checked. And then, you know, maybe sometimes it went worse. I don't mean to speak for you. You're literally right here. But it was so funny because she's telling me all this stuff. And so I'm thinking, okay, it's Alissa. So I'm like, this guy's like probably like, you know, like 6'4", you know, like probably dark hair, you know, like handsome as shit.
Kim
you know what I
Pete's
mean?
in the Arnold classic.
Something crazy,
Yeah.
right? Like, dude, so I'm sitting in her living room and we're talking, and I look over and she has one of those photo frames that is
know.
like scrolling photos, you know? And we're sitting in silence for a second because I'm just watching these photo frames. Out scrolls the dorkiest looking dude I've ever seen. Dorky as fuck, bro. And she goes, there he is. And I go, that's the guy? This dude looks like a twerp, bro.
You let him do that?
It's like, bro, I was irate, bro. I got up.
He
I'm
literally
sitting
said, he's like, he looks like a thumb.
The Spy Kids guy?
Yeah, he looks like fucking Mr. Fluke, dude.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
Fucking, yeah.
It was crazy.
You let him keep you in
I
the
literally-
bathroom upset?
At least this guy, the crazy guy, he was
Yeah.
taller than me in heels.
Nice.
My ex, there was a point in time where I was shopping and I was like, I can't buy heels.
Right.
I can't buy heels anymore. It's
Well,
just
'cause-
not part of my future.
Of course.
Because I was taller than
You're
my
a
ex in
real one
heels.
for that.
Because he was insecure, right? Like that was that his thing? or-
I mean, he would play like he wasn't, but
Oh,
like
but he would.
he was like, because I mean, it's kind of like the thing that happened when I went to the yard with you guys.
Yeah.
Some like people would make a comment or they whatever. I get wandering glances. I hate saying this because it makes me sound
no,
really
I got
conceited.
it.
But he would make comments on it, or he used to get mad that I would dress for work each morning, and he'd be like, you dress fancier for your boss than you do for me. I'm like, do you want me to wear stilettos washing the dishes in my own home? Like, what do you want me to
it's
do about
fucking
this?
weird,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, it was really strange. So it's just like,
This guy was the textbook of like, just on what I've heard, and of course I'm hearing one side and whatever, but I don't give a fuck about his side. But like, this guy was the epitome of, I got a hot girlfriend and I'm going to punish her for it. You know what I'm saying? Like where you're like,
Like-
I don't want other guys looking at you, so when you go out, you better wear a turtleneck and a mask. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, she's
Or-
hot, let her be hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you wanted to be with her, bro. Let her be hot.
I get that.
It's tough. It's tough. But it's an insecurity thing, and I understand because, you know, dudes know dudes. But at the same time, it's like, have
well,
trust
actually,
in your
we
girlfriend.
should take a poll because do you remember at the yard when I had like those girls or whatever come up to me like, you're so pretty
Yeah.
or whatever, and I'm like, this happens to girls all the time, or it happens to
does
people
not.
all the time, and you're like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, no, but it really does.
Maybe it does. I guess I don't hang out with women.
Poll
enough
time.
to see
It does. It
Yeah.
happens.
I
It
don't
does.
know. Well,
Especially girl bathroom time. That is a sacred time.
that's fair. That's fair. But
This brings me back to my joke.
what, can I say
We just
something real
circle
quick? No,
back.
you say your joke. I'm sorry. Yeah. What is it?
You don't remember that?
What?
My little.
Oh, the one from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 15. Yeah. So I was like telling Alissa, like, I was like, she was saying, like, she shows up. I'm like, oh, you look good and whatever. And she goes, well, nah. I was like, well, your nah is like my best day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she's like, no. She's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I guarantee people talk to you at the bar all the time. And she goes, well, that just happens to people. I'm
I
like,
remember this because
Yeah.
she was playing it down, and then while we were out the entire time, she kept getting.
Yeah. Well, this one specific girl comes up. This is in the middle of the conversation that we're having about how you're probably going to get approached. And it's a girl. She was being nice. Like,
Yeah.
she wasn't coming on. It wasn't like some dude like
Right.
making moves. But this chick comes up and she goes, I just want to say, oh my God, your eyes, you know? And Alyssa's like, oh, thank you so much. She's like, they're beautiful and you just look so great and you're gorgeous, you know? And I'm standing there awkwardly and this chick looks at me, she goes, oh, and your eyes, they're beautiful too. And I was like, no. You know what I mean? And she goes, you guys are a hot couple.
And we're like, huh?
Yeah, we're related. And then I started singing Sweet Home Alabama. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was like funny to be like that. But then that's, I think, the issue though is like I think about the guy that followed you home, and then I think about your ex, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, they
what
were
are you doing?
They
don't
were out of
know.
their range. That's what I'm saying. Like they were out of their range, you know, in my opinion. But I don't know.
Can you meet like a basketball player or like?
That's what I would have thought.
See, but I don't like guys that think and know that they're attractive. That's immediately a turn off to me.
I love that.
Immediately a turn off
can
to
you
me.
see that.
talk more about that? Is there a reason?
I mean, I think that even my ex thought he was like the best thing since sliced bread, and just he took longer to get ready than me. Like he had a whole routine. It was like if his outfit didn't look good, he would throw like legitimate temper tantrums. Like not just put on another outfit. Like he would be belligerently upset that his outfit didn't work out the way that he wanted it to.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's not even that. Like also someone that really, I feel like a lot of objectively attractive men expect and are used to getting a lot of female attention. Ooh. So for them to like accept it only from one person is just not really something that they're willing to do. And I just don't care to compete like that.
I love that. That's really interesting. I've never asked you that before.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out.
I like a humble king.
Yeah, shout out to us Uggos. Hey. You guys got a shot out there, you know what I'm saying? That's what I told her. Like when I saw like what these dudes were looking at, I was like, dude, it's crazy that guys like me got a shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, honestly, and my ex was actually really funny, but to me back then he was really funny, but now that I look at it, he really only made like sexual jokes, you know? And I'm like, you actually really weren't that funny. You were just complimenting me in a funny way, but it gets old after you make the same like crude joke like 8 times. I was like, you're actually really not that funny.
Yeah.
You're just outgoing and whatever.
Now she's in the presence of actual comedians. So, you know, there's layers to the shit, player.
Yeah, there is. Dude,
Yeah.
The way me and my girlfriend met was at a bar, and some really creepy dude with a man bun was talking to her and her best friend.
Not the man bun.
Yeah, he was super creepy. I was walking back to my group of friends, and I got pulled by her to pretend to be her boyfriend, so this dude would walk away.
Do you think that was maybe a play?
From her?
That was like her brother. He's like, yeah, stuff how's it going? She's like, save me.
You said a play from her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think she admitted it.
Oh. All right.
Well,
Kudos.
She basically said, like, when she got there, because they were looking at us right when they walked in, and I could tell I got pointed out, but I didn't really think much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just
Humble.
No, dude, the entire time, I kind of felt bad because, like, I was making fun of the wrong people. That's a long story off camera, but, yeah, it was kind of just chill. And then I kind of just stayed and dogged a whole bunch of people.
I ruin men's lives at the bar. Like, at
nice.
Geneva on the Lake, where I bartend. Like, married men come in all the time, and they're just, like, hitting on, like, the bachelorette parties or just a group of girls or whatever. Whether they have their ring on or not. Either it's a ring or a tan line. Like, or you had the ring on at noon today when I was serving you, and now you don't have the ring on. So, yeah, and I will legitimately call them out right in front of this group of girls. I'll be like, you know he's married, right? And he's like, and they're like, no, we didn't know. And so I was like, take your free drinks. Take your free drinks and let him fuck off.
Good shit.
Let's go. Hey,
I don't like that at all.
Alyssa's a real one.
I don't like that at all.
Anything else anybody wants to say? I guess at the end of the day, I just want to say, like, fuck racism.
Yeah.
Right.
Just be a good person, no matter what color or culture you're from. Just be a good person.
Yeah. And if you catch a girl ditching you on a date,
maybe don't follow her home.
Oh, I was going to say follow her home. I missed the whole point of this whole episode, actually. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say maybe it's Alyssa.
Maybe.
No, seriously, obviously, don't fucking follow him all. I can't believe the mindset to be like, he's in his car calling her 8 times, and he's like, I can fix this. I can fix this. I'm hot on her trail, bro.
Ugh, gross. That's like the worst part, is that he was calling me while following me. Was just gross to me.
Because I imagine, and I don't know, but I imagine what the tactic was is he was going to be like, oh, I'm in the bar. Where are you? You know, he's following you home.
Yeah, like,
but he's like,
right.
oh, I don't see her. Are you still in the bar? And hoping that you'd be like, yeah, I'm here. Just go follow, blah, 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 or whatever. Like maybe lie. And then you'd be like, actually, I'm behind you right now. Fucking creepo, bro. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Hook,
gross.
line, and sinker. Anyways, we all good?
I'm good.
All right, cool.
That's the story.
Well, I was just going to tell people to follow us, subscribe.
Tread lightly.
Wait, do you want to do the outro or do you want Alyssa to do it?
What? I don't know how to do that.
Like, subscribe.
Oh, I could have done that part.
Follow us everywhere. Follow Alissa everywhere.
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
Be nice.
I'll ask about it.
And I really got to piss, so get out of here, fuckers.
I just got them last week. So if you see me in the street, just know these shorts match my briefs. I just got these on sale. I ain't paying retail. And no, the style ain't stale. I didn't get these in the mail. My shorts match my briefs.